Hey everybody, so as I predicted in the last video, I'm in Mexico. I figured it would probably be that long before I posted another, but I have, tonight will be my 7th night in Mexico, so I'm going to go ahead and call it a week. But it has been amazing so far. I don't want y'all to think that I'm rude, but I've got some pictures on my phone that I thought would be cool to show y'all. Some of my favorite parts so far. So, of course, a favorite is the tacos. You can see that. They're amazing. So good. Those particular ones were barbacoa. Let's see. I've got some pictures from my flight. Anyways, we'll get to all that. In fact, I might just post them in the comments. That might be easier. But it's been great. So my flight. We'll start there. It's a good place to start. It was day one. The night before my flight, I was freaking out. I was like triple checking everything, and while I was on the chat with one of the Delta associates about a baggage question that I had or something, it was crazy. I get an email that my cancellation is confirmed. Like, did I cancel my flight? And I was like, that did not happen. I did not do that. So I was freaking out. Shout out to Sean at Delta. He was fantastic and hilarious. And he helped me from jumping off the bridge. I'm just kidding, not really, but he was super helpful. And we got all figured out. Turns out they just were swapping us to another plane, and somebody accidentally sent an email announcing it, so it was just chaos. But yeah, so that was at like 11 o'clock the night before my flight. We had to leave at 3 in the morning to get to my flight. So day one, I'm going in. I get like 3 hours of sleep, maybe. And of course, it's stressful. Delta is amazing, and everything was super not stressful once I got there. Everybody was super friendly, and I didn't have any issues with baggage here nor upon my arrival. The flight was super nice. Everybody was spread out because, COVID. So there's only one person on every row of seats. It was wonderful, great experience. I loved it. I got fantastic pictures. The views were amazing. There was one point in time where we were completely over the ocean in the flight, and so there was no land at all. It was just water, and it was while the sun was rising, so it was on the water. I could talk about it all day. It was so beautiful. So yeah, I arrived, and my host family, I don't know if I've said this before, but my host family, super sweet, by the way. Some of my favorite people I've ever met. Their daughter also teaches at the school, and she's the one that came to pick me up. So she comes and picks me up with another guy that works for the school, and they help me get loaded up, and they bring me back to their house, and I shower and take a COVID test, and all these things all happen at the same time. And this is, my flight landed at like 12:30, so this is all before 2 o'clock. I sit down and have a meal with their family, and they, explain a couple things to me, like they want me to eat with them once a week, and just different things like that. And it was great and wonderful. Well, as soon as we get done eating, you go exchange my money, we go grocery shopping, and my brain had been so caught up on the flying and getting here part that I hadn't even thought about anything past that, like grocery shopping, and how I am responsible for cooking for myself while I'm here. Like, I get my own food. It's on me. So we walk into the grocery store, and not only is everything in Spanish, but I have no idea what to cook for myself. I've never, it's not that I can't cook, but I've just never had to think through, okay, I've got this much time, how much food do I need to get me through this much time? I've never had to think about that because I was on a meal plan in college, and then I went to my periods, and so, I don't know, it's just something I never had to think about. But now I have to think about it. So the first grocery trip was a disaster. So right now I'm living off, aside from the Mexican food that I go out and eat and the meal I have with my host family, I'm living off of veggie straws, yogurt, Nature Valley bars, and ham sandwiches. Oh, and peanut butter sandwiches too. I got this too. I take that back. I did cook one night because I got some frozen vegetables and some frozen chicken fillets, and so I did cook that one night. It was actually pretty good. But yeah, so next grocery trip, I will be like shopping for things I actually would like to eat So if you've got some really cool recipes that are easy and can save, so that way I don't have to cook every night, but I can just warm up things, drop them below or send them to me or whatever, because your girl needs all the help she can get with in that department. Sorry, it's coffee. Okay, so we went grocery shopping. Of course, we got my money exchange before we did that. So I got my room set up. It's so cute. I'll have to upload a video tour of my room at some point too. Not right now because the first day of school's tomorrow, so everything's crazy in here. But at some point I will upload a video tour of my room, and I'll probably upload a video of the rooftop view because it's spectacular. My favorite place in the whole house. I would sit up there all day if I could. I guess actually I can, so stay tuned because I might be up there all the time from now on. But yeah, so that was day one. It was a long, long, long day. I was very tired, exhausted. My brain definitely wasn't working right. So yeah, day two was a lot more chill. A lot more chill. I'm trying to remember what I even did on day two. Day two, I think I stayed mostly in my room. I started working on some school stuff. I did ukulele. I worked on Spanish a lot. I went up to the rooftop. Surprise, surprise, right? What else did I do? I don't remember if it was Tuesday or Wednesday. I'm either Tuesday or Wednesday. I don't remember which day. I met up with some of the other teachers. Tuesday night. It was Tuesday night. We went to go eat. I met up with the teachers, with my host's family, the daughter, and some of the other teachers from the school I'm going to be teaching at. We all went to eat together, which was stupendous. I got enchiladas verdes, and they were spectacular. And I got a limonada, which I'm sure most of you can figure out is kind of like a lemonade, but it's not as strong as lemonade we're used to. In fact, most things here are not as sweet or as salty. At the grocery store, in fact, let me see. Hold on, let me get this so you can see what I'm talking about real quick. Let's see, what's it called? Yeah, okay. So, I don't know about y'all, but Nature Valley granola bars. Never thought of them as being unhealthy. I don't know about y'all. I know they're not the healthiest thing, but, I'm thinking there are worse things. Well, in Mexico, they're marked with excess calories, excess sodium, and excess sugar. So everything at the grocery store, if it is over a certain amount, gets marked with one of those, so you know how healthy stuff actually is, which is terrifying because most everything I looked at as my usual things had at least one of those, if not all. So yeah, that was interesting to figure out. But yeah, so not most everything is not as salty or sweet as we are used to in the States, which probably is a good thing. We should probably take a page out of their book, marking things like that. So the lemonade wasn't just like sweet or sour, really, is what I thought it would be, but I really liked it. I liked it that way. So yeah, we went to eat at a restaurant called El Calibre, and it was really good. Wednesday, I walked through the town by myself, which was a big step for me because a lot of my security, like when I'm walking around in the U.S. or when I'm driving somewhere in the U.S., is that I know how to communicate with other people. And so if something goes wrong, I know who to call, I know what to say, I know all those things. It's not like that here. I don't speak very much Spanish. And it's a bigger city, so help is not as readily available as it was in the small town that I came from. So that's been different. So me walking around was a big step for me. One of the other teachers came and met me at my host family's house, and we walked back to Las Fuentes, which is the area where the school is and where she lives, and we walked there, and she showed me around her apartment, we watched a movie, and then I walked myself home, and I made it in one piece, so that was great. And then the next day is when my mentor teacher came into town, and that's when our school stuff started. So we started having meetings and things that morning, and then she came and showed me Costco, and where I got a giant bag of veggie straws. Love those things. She showed me Costco, and what else did we do after that? That was all her and I did, actually. We came, they dropped me off back home. We got an Uber to get there because it's further away. But she dropped me off back home, and then I walked to a grocery store that was near my house by myself again, and made it there and back with no complications. And I conversed with the cashier effectively, even as an employee where something was effectively. So chalk that down as a win, because that was a big step for me too. But I got these last minute things that I'd either forgotten or didn't know that I would need. That's all I did Thursday. Friday, we had more meetings and things, and then I feel like I should just call her my roommate or something, because saying my host family's daughter is just a mouthful. But anyways, her and I watched the Newsies. I'm a big fan of the Newsies. Jack is my forever crush. I love him. His character, doesn't matter who plays him, doesn't matter if it's the musical, the movie. I don't care. That character has my heart. But anyways, we watched that movie, and we had these donuts. They were like a healthy version, I guess. They didn't have gluten, they didn't have eggs, they didn't have sugar, they didn't like all these things, but they were really good. I was surprised. But we had donuts and watched a movie, and that was our night that night. And of course, every night, I haven't mentioned it every time, but I've been on the rooftop at least once a day. Sometimes at night, sometimes during the day. But it is my spot, and I love it. Saturday. Oh, and Friday night. This was a big thing for me too, because I think I mentioned earlier that my host family doesn't speak very much English, and I hate that I can't really talk to them very easily, because I want them to know how much I appreciate them and all that kind of stuff. Just be friendly and have a relationship with them. So I had sorry, there's a mosquito. I had a conversation with the dad of my host family, and we were talking about he plays guitar, and I've been playing my ukulele upstairs and stuff. And he was like, "You sound good," and things like that. So it was very nice. It was a nice, encouraging little moment. Saturday, we went to a place called Plaque Paque. I definitely said that weird. I'm sorry. Plaque Paque. Something. It's similar to that. And it's kind of like a more touristy spot. There's all these restaurants and markets. And it was beautiful. I'll post some of those pictures in the comments too that I took that day. But we ate at this restaurant, and I got something called a burrito rey, but it wasn't really traditional Mexican food. It was like a little wrap. But it was really good. I'm not complaining. It was very good. So we did that, and we got some ice cream. Mine was pina colada, and it was basically a Dole Whip, which is a Disney World specialty, if you don't know that. And I was super duper happy about that, because they're so good, and they're almost impossible to recreate. So that was Saturday. And yeah, and today's Sunday. And today we went for brunch at El Colibri again. It's very near the school, so it's probably going to be a place we go a lot. But it was so good. I got huevos a la mexicana, which was eggs, and then on the side was kind of like a version of chilaquiles. I like that. I'm not good at saying all these things yet, but I'm working on it. And yeah, so that's like basically pieces of tortilla chip, and they're like covered in salsa, and they've got beans under them, and then I had eggs, and I get mine estrellado, or that's kind of like over easy. And so yeah, that's what I had this morning. It was really good, and I had the best cup of coffee. It's called Café de Olla, and it's like got a sweet cinnamon something in it, and it's very, very good. And one of the other girls said that you can get this stuff to add to your coffee at the store to make it like that, and I will never drink normal coffee again, because it was amazing, like absolutely amazing. It didn't have like milk or anything. It was just that cinnamon flavoring. So excited about that. I've spent every night watching a movie and with the Spanish subtitles on to help my Spanish a little bit. And we're getting better day by day. Once I get into like the swing of school stuff, I feel like I'll get into a better routine of practicing it, every day at a certain time or something like that. But for now, it's just as I think about it or when I feel like it, which is not good. But yeah, anyways, so things are going really well. I will post lots of pictures in the comments so that y'all can see them. Remember to drop some of your favorite recipes as I start cooking for myself more often. Yeah, and any questions that you have or any specific things that you would like to see, just let me know.